Hello students, welcome to your computer class. So I hope all of you are doing good. And as in the previous classes, we have covered few important concepts of the MS Access. In that we have seen how to sorting the data. So if you want to get arrange the data in a particular sequence, whether it is the increasing or decreasing order, for that we have seen how to sort the records. So for that there is a in the home tab we have the option for ascending or descending order. Using that we can arrange the data in a sequential manner. Clear? So this we have seen. After that we have seen how to filter the data. So filtering actually means if you want to get only certain data which is of your interest, so for that we use the filtering option. Clear? So first option in the filtering we have seen by selection. If you want any word exactly to be in our record, for example here that Bharatnatyam is a dance, so if you want to know all the names of the student who are practicing Bharatnatyam, so this can be done by using the filtering data by selection. So what we have to do, we have to select that word, select that value of that field, and then we will go to the selection option. In the home tab we have the selection option. So when you'll click on equals to Bharatnatyam, we get the result as the names of all the students who are learning this dance as Bharatnatyam. As you can see in this picture also, we have done all these things practically in the software. And next we have seen how to filter the data by form. Clear? So filtering is of two types. Filtering, the first one is filtering the data by selection and another is filtering data by form. So why we use the form? If we want to filter the data using more than one condition, means it can be two criteria or even more than that, so for that we use the filtering data by form. So suppose if you want to search that if there is some student who is learning any dance form like Kathak and he comes to school by private van. Clear? So for this type of two criteria selection we will use the AND option. In the form we have two things, one is and or. So using the and we can select more than one condition, so it can be two, more than two. So what we will do, we will go to the advanced feature of the home tab and then in the advanced feature we will get the filter by form. Here it is. So when you come to filter by form, it will open a replica of the table. In that we can select the different fields and the respective values of those fields. Clear? So here you can see in the dance field the value is selected as Kathak. Clear? So this is one criteria and another criteria is suppose there is a name of some student. Clear? So these two things are selected. First one is the dance form and another is the name, that if you want to search that is there any name who is learning Kathak, so these two criteria are selected, and when after these two selection if you press on the toggle filter, the result will be displayed to you. Clear? So this way we can use the AND feature using the form. Clear? So this is what we are doing, filtering the data. Clear? Next we have seen how to use the OR. So OR is the, you can say it is also a type of the form selection, the form filtering method. In that when we are required to select data that either this or this. Clear? Suppose if you want to select that either Kathak or Bharatnatyam. Clear? So any type of this can be done using the OR condition. So how to use this OR? Again we will go to the home tab. In the home tab we have the advanced feature. In the advanced we will go to filter by form. We will select the first field and the value of that field. Clear? So this is one criteria. Right now this is selected Bharatnatyam. Clear? Then what we have done after this? After the selection of one value of a single field, we will go to the OR tab. OR tab is present at the bottom. Clear? So when you click on the OR tab, a blank filter page will open where you will select the another criteria. Clear? After selecting these two or more than two criterias, we will click on the toggle filter, so it will give you the result table. Clear? So this way we can use the filtering. So all these things we have already covered and revised. Then we have seen also how to change the table view. So as we know that the table are having different views, the data sheet view and design view we have seen. So data sheet view is that view in which you enter the data, and design view is that in which we modify the design of the table. Clear? So how to switch from one view to another? Suppose the data sheet view is open, then for switching to design view we will go to the home tab. Then in the home tab we will find the view button. In the view we have different views. So if you are on the data sheet view, you will click on the design view, the table will be displayed to you in the design view, and vice versa. If you are in the design view, if you want to switch to data sheet view, you will again come to the home tab, then view button. In the view button we have the data sheet view, so this will switch you again to the data sheet view from the design view. And other than this, there are options also at the bottom, the different view buttons. You can directly click on those buttons for switching from one view to another. Clear? So this is the quickest method for switching. Then we have seen how to rename a field. So renaming a field is very easy. What we have to do, we have to select that field, the column header, then on that we will right click. In the right click we will get the option for rename field. Clear? So when you click on the rename field, it will give you option for editing the name of the field. Clear? So this way you can edit the name. Then if you want to add a new field, means a new column if you want to insert, so for that what we have to do, we have to right click on any of the field to the left of which we want the column. Clear? So suppose you want the column between class and dance, so you will right click on the dance, and whatever the field you will choose for inserting the new field, the new field will be inserted to the left of that. Clear? So after right clicking on that, we will get a menu that insert field. So by this you can insert a new field, you can rename the new field, we can enter the data in this new field. And then also if you want to delete any field, again the same process, you will right click on that field which you want to remove. A delete field option will appear to us. By using that delete field option we can delete that thing. And one important thing, we have seen that primary key cannot be deleted because this is the important field, and by that we distinguish the different records. Then in the previous class we have started how to join or create relationships. So this is very important concept. We will again do the all the steps which we have gone through the previous day, so that you can again recall it. So before that we have uh, two important concept that we have seen, that what is relationship. So relationship is actually is the databases when we establish the relationship between with multiple related tables, and for that what we use, for that we use the relationship window in MS Access. For establishing the relationship we have the option for relationship window. And a new term other than primary key we have learned is the foreign key. So what exactly is the foreign key? First, we already know what is primary key. Primary key is the key in a field using which we identify the records. Clear? Now if we are establishing the relation with two tables, so for that we will need some other you can say fields. So the foreign key is the field of the another table using which we will relate the table from one to another table. Clear? So foreign key is also a type of key using which we will create relationship with the another table. Clear? Now let us again see the all the steps. So what we have to do, let us erase this and then do it practically as well. So first we have to click on the database tool tab. Clear? So there we have a database tools. So you will first we will open our table. It is already open. So after that we will go to the database tools, and in that we will click on the relationship button to display the relationships window. Let us come to the software window. Here it is. So what we have to do, we have to come to the database tools. So here is the database tools. Let us click on this. Now in this database tools we have the relationship. Okay, so let us click on the relationship. So these are the two selected. Yesterday we have selected two tables. So these are the two tables selected which are present to us. Also we have already two tables. So we have, by clicking on this show table button, also we can see that here there are two tables in our database. So this will give you the option to select the tables. If there are multiple tables, so you can choose that which two tables you want to select, or more than two also can be selected, and after that for each of the selection you will click on the add button. So it will display this table in your relationship window. So this is your relationship window where you are putting the different tables using which you are going to establish the relationship. Okay, so here we have the show table dialog box which we have just seen. So from this show table dialog box we will select the tables one by one, and we have to click on the add. So this will add this table to your relationship window. Clear? So this whole window is the relationship window, and this is the show table dialog box in which the different tables can be selected. Okay, now this we have already seen that we have to add these tables by following the steps for selecting and after clicking on the add button. Okay, so now let us see. The relationship window displays a box for each table. Clear? So we have seen this. The primary key for each table appears highlighted. The primary key uniquely identifies each records in a table. So we already know that each of the table will have some primary key. So let us see in our table also. So here you can see now we have added the tables, so we can close this show table dialog box. So here you can see that these two tables are having the key symbol. So this key symbol denotes that it is the primary key. Clear? This already we have seen. So by this primary key we can identify that that is the unique field of that table. Clear? So in both of these tables we have a primary key. Now we will create a relationship. Let us see. So here we have, now we can create a relationship between tables by identifying the matching field in the table. So whatever the field which is matching from one table to another, using that we can create the relationship. So step number 8, place your mouse pointer over the field you want to use to create a relationship with another table. Clear? So first what we have to do, we have to select any field using which we will establish the relationship. Okay, now drag the field with mouse over the other table until a small box appear over the matching field. The edit relationship dialog box will appear. Okay, what we have to do, we have to drag that field to the another table over the field with which there is some matching. So let us try to do this. It is very easy. So already we know that admission number in the first table is similar to the another admission number of the second table. The first table is student detail and another is address detail. So what we have to do, we have to select that field, click on that and drag to the another table. Clear? So when you will come to the another table, when you bring it to the matching field, it will open this new window, that is the edit relationship window. Let us come again. Clear? So this is the edit relationship dialog box. Okay, now let us see what are the further steps. So first, the table query and relate table query areas displays the names of the table. Clear? So in this edit relationship dialog box, we have some queries. What are these? The table query and related table query. Clear? There are two columns which displays the names of the tables you want to create a relationship between and names of the matching field. Clear? So in this we can see what is the matching field which is common in both the tables. So relationship table displays the type of the relationship. So this relationship type is denoted at here at the below. Now we have to click on the create button to create a relationship. Now let us see first once again in our window as well. So here you can see in both of these tables which one is common. The admission number is common in both of these tables. You can see this table query and related table query, for the name of the tables is first is appearing, that is the student detail and address detail, and in each of these whatever is the common field that is displayed to us. Then the relationship type. So here you can see in the relationship type it is written 1 to 1. Clear? So this is 1 to 1 relationship between both of these tables. Now what we have to do, we have to click on the create relation. So if we will click on this create, this will establish a relation. So whatever the field it is, it will denote with the same symbol. So here you can see means this line, this is denoting that this line now denoting the relationship between the first to the second, and the field which is whatever is the this arrow will direct to that direction. Clear? So this we have seen that the relationship is established between these two tables. Come again. So here you can see this line which is denoting to that. So the line, the direction of the line will be in that direction in which the field will be present. So in our case the field was in the front, so that why the line was straight. So the line connects the field in the two tables to so that the relationship is created. Now we have seen how to establish the relationship. Now we will see how to delete the relationship between tables. Okay, so this also can be done. Let us see how to delete the relationship. So steps are, if you no longer want the relationship between the tables, you can delete it. What are the now steps? Click on the line for the relationship you want to delete. So what we have to do? We have to select this line. So when we will click on this line, then press the delete key from the keyboard. Okay, so after selecting this line, we can directly press the delete key from the keyboard. Then there will be a dialog box, that is the warning dialog box, which will ask to confirm the deletion. So if we'll click on the yes button to permanently delete the relationship. Let us try to delete the relation in our case as well. So here you can see we have also established the relationship. This is being shown with this line segment. Now what we have to do, we have to select this line segment and let us try to delete this relationship. So if I click on this line segment, it is selected. Now click on the delete button. I have selected and now pressing the delete button. So here when I press the delete button, you can see there is the warning message. It will ask you that are you sure if you want to delete it. So it is written, are you sure you want to permanently delete the selected relationship from your table? So if you click yes, it will be deleted permanently, means the relationship is now deleted. Clear? So this line now disappears. So by this you can confirm that there is no more the relationship between these two tables. Clear? So we have seen how to establish the relationship and also how to remove the relationship between two tables. Now let us read this, update your knowledge as well. So a relationship works by matching the data in the key field. This we know that whenever we want to establish the relationship, there must be some matching data in between the two tables. If at least one field is common, which is similar and having the values similar, we can establish the relationship. Okay. Next is primary key is a key which is used to identify the records uniquely. This we know that in each of the table there is at least a key which is unique for the table, by using which you can identify the different records. So in a table there can only be one primary key. Okay, so in any of the table only one field can be a primary key. This is important. Next is primary key does not allow to enter duplicate values and primary key field cannot be left blank. Clear? So if you have made any field as the primary key, in that field the values cannot be duplicate. Clear? So if you have made the in our table, as I show you, let me show you once again. So suppose we are talking about any of the table. So here in this table, let us erase this. In this table, the admission number is the primary key. Okay. So if this field is primary key, the values of these field cannot be duplicate. Clear? So all these values is required to be unique for all of them. Clear? And this cannot be left blank also. If you will make any new record, so it is essential to have the value of this admission number. Why? Because this is the primary key field. And how to ensure the primary key? By the key symbol. If you come to the design view, in the design view you can see this admission number is having the key symbol. Clear? So by this also you can confirm that this field is the primary key. Okay, so we have seen all the important points of the primary key, that this is essential key and at least there will be one primary key, and at most also means there cannot be more than one primary key, and we cannot enter the duplicate values in this field, and we cannot leave it blank as well. Okay, now coming to the next, that is creating a form using wizard. Now we will see what is form and what is wizard. So let us see. First is, what is form? Form is actually a view of one or more tables. Clear? So already we know that we are having the different tables. Now for these tables there are some views. Clear? Let us see. So a form is a view of one or more tables that are designed to be used for data entry and editing. So the purpose of these forms are, we already know we fill the forms online or sometimes for some exams. So these are all called as forms. In the same way, these databases, in the databases also, the forms, the purpose of the forms is to enter the data and to edit the values. Clear? Okay. So by creating forms, you can make your database more user friendly for inexperienced users. Clear? So if you have made a database, now for those persons who are not familiar about the database, about the structure of the database, so for them we can simply make a form. So by using the form, it is more you can say user friendly for the persons who are not familiar with the database, and also it will primarily be used for the entry of the data. Clear? So we can make the database more user friendly for inexperienced users who are likely to enter and edit records in it. Clear? Now you can create a form by using form wizard. Okay, so how to create these forms? These forms will be created using form wizard. Now what is a wizard? Wizard is a series of questions. These are, you can say, in the software terms, wizards are some, you can say, automated program. Using the different steps, this will create the desired output. So let us see. The wizard asks you a series of questions and then sets up a form based on your answers. Okay, so when you will use this form wizard, it will ask you some certain questions. Clear? So on the basis of your answers, it will create the form. If you want to use the same data from your table in your form, you can do it with the help of form wizard. Clear? So whatever the data you have already entered in your table, if you want to use all those data in the form wizard, we can do it. So let us see the steps. What we have to do. Let us erase this first. Then step 1 is click on the create tab on the ribbon. Clear? So we have this create tab, then click on the more form buttons and then click on form wizard. Clear? So where we have the more form button, here it is. So when you click on the more form, then in that we have the form wizard. The form wizard dialog box appear. Let us do these first steps. Create tab and more forms button. So here we are, where we have to click on the create tab. Create tab, here it is. Then we have the form wizard. Here it is. Click on the form wizard. So when we'll click on this form wizard, this is the form wizard dialog box. Now we can make this the different, what are the fields which you want, what are the values. Now we will see here also. So the box which is appeared, it is the form wizard dialog box. Now step number 3. If you have more than one table to choose from, then click on the down arrow of the table queries to display the list of the tables in your databases. Okay, so if in our case, if there is more than one table, we have this table queries option. So from this drop down, we can see all the tables. Clear? So in using this drop down, we can select any of the tables from which you want to create this form. Okay, click on the table containing the fields you want to include in your form. So in all of these, what are the different tables, you can select any of these. Now next is the field in the table you selected get displayed in the available field areas. Clear? So whatever the table you have chosen, all the fields of those tables will be displayed in the available field. Clear? Double click on each field you want to include in your form. So whatever the field you want to include, what we have to do, we have to double click on each field, and you can click on all these, add to this the arrow symbol for making this fields to come in this selected fields. Okay, let us try to do this. So here we are. So let us see that here you can see in the table queries we have the drop down and the different tables are displayed. Whatever the tables in this database we have, these are displayed to us. So right now the student details and address details we have, so we can choose any of these. So right now student details is selected and the different available fields of these are displayed to us. Now from these fields, whatever the field you want to get selected in the form, what we have to do, we have to double click those. So if I keep clicking on these fields, you can see all these names are coming to the selected field, or you can select this and you can also press this on. So if you want to all of these to appear in this selected field, it will bring to this, or if you want to one by one, you can click on this single option, or if you want to select all of these. So this way you can again from the available field to the selected field. Okay, so we have seen how to choose these available fields to your selected fields. Why we are selecting these things? We are selecting these things to include in the form which we are going to make. Clear? So this way we have seen how to select the fields and how to create a new form using the form wizard. Okay, now in the coming class we will see the further steps how to create the form and complete the forms and then edit and enter the values. So before that, what all we have covered today, we have seen how to establish the relationship between two tables, how to uh, modify the or how to delete the relationship between tables. We have revised the earlier concept of the mm, selection, that is the filtering option using and or, and just now we have started the concept of form. Okay, and this form is being made by using the wizard. So in the coming class we will continue further. Till then you can revise the things, and also if there is confusion, any query, we can resolve those queries in the coming online session. Okay, thank you everyone.